contest for them.
It will. I'm kind of excited for Norway. It feels like they've got very little to lose in this matchup. You would be very surprised, do they drop to South Africa? It would be a massive spanner in the works to their group stage. Assuming that that game goes okay for them, this is kind of like a field run for them. It's huge that they could potentially challenge for top of the group, especially if they win this series. It's very little to lose from Norway, and because of that, I feel like I'm expecting a big performance out of them. I could see a huge series length here. I'm hoping for one, and maybe Team GB will just be too good.
Feels like this might end up going the distance, and
wow,
as 1-0 versus 1-0 here in Group A for a place at the top of the table, and for possibly a place in tomorrow's playoff bracket. Going 2-0 would certainly help that cause. Here comes Fireman Jonas, and it's actually Sieb who puts in the first.
And that's just so patient, but too patient from Great Britain. It's allowed to bump all the way off their backboard because Fireman Jonas just misses it, and Archie doesn't react in time. You feel like Fireman Jonas probably knew he wasn't reaching, ended up leaving it, and Archie waiting for the touch that didn't end up coming through. He just got completely bodied on the 50 by Sieb, who's just raw willpowered it in for Norway, who are the ones who take the early lead.
Early lead for Norway, and I believe this is the first time that Britain have been playing from a deficit.
It is
today. Absolutely bossing South Africa around earlier. But let's see if they can start to turn up the heat on offense. Here comes Archie looking for this ball off of Sieb, and he does get it. But no follow-up from the rest of Britain, and Fireman Jonas will just carry that one right out towards midfield. Inferno, he popped off in the series against Czech Republic earlier, but Archie, he's been popping off for the last year total.
And it's the second time that the patient defense has been punished this game. This time on the other way, Sieb and Fireman Jonas just waiting, as it's such a deft, soft touch infield, and it's just a simple finish to the bottom corner. Great shot and great equalise for Great Britain.
Easy as you like for Great Britain, and tie things up. Might even get a second right off of kickoff, and Noli does. Norway, early lead, but they're down immediately.
That's exactly what you don't want. If you're a Norway fan here, you're thinking, oh, this is great. We're in the lead. And we're not just equalised. We're outright losing here, as a kickoff goal is always going to sting here, and the work is back there for them all to do. And really, it's daylight robbery for Great Britain there to get a double with that kickoff goal. They won't be complaining one bit, will they? But still, over 3 minutes on the clock as they're sending it down and forcing the response this time from Fireman Jonas.
For Norway as well, and you don't want to give Great Britain too many chances to build their momentum and build their offensive drive. Because if they get it going, they will certainly rack up the score fairly quickly, as Devo takes out Inferno on the goal line. Doesn't even need him there, because Jonas gets it pummeled past him by Noli.
Noli's just built different here. We're on his camera as he just takes his time, wicks it around, and is like, you know what, you want a 50 me? No, you don't. I'll just completely dunk you into that same bottom corner. It's been bottom corner all 3 goals it has for Great Britain, and Norway have looked solid in the midfield, but suddenly when the defense has been tested, it's not been there. A bit of bad fortune their way, you could say, on the kickoff, but that's just part of it, and really they can only look to and blame themselves, unfortunately. And Great Britain, they look hungry for more.
Certainly do. Will be wanting to rack up that score as much as they can, because I know sitting atop the table 2-0, maybe goal difference might not come into it. It's one of the later tiebreakers that we have in the group stages, but Fireman Jonas fires on net and back within 1.
Once again, he's up there uncontested. It's Archie caught in question as he's trying to rotate around the post, but the bump on the keeper. Noli would almost certainly have made that save, but he got absolutely clattered out of the way, I think, by Inferno, and that bump's going to be huge on half-time here, as we've already had 5 goals, and Norway have pulled back within 1. What a performance they are starting to put up here. They're going to be able to, and they're so keen to go for the ball there, they actually end up double committing, and it doesn't end up mattering because it's a simple...
What a pass!
Oh my goodness, that is a perfect punish. You watch the whole thing happen from up here.
Yeah, right from the back camera, you see Devo to Noli, and no chance that Jonas is going to get anywhere near that ball. Perfectly played up, and I imagine Gregan had that written out on a whiteboard for them. Just pass it here, have yourself here, and bang straight into the net.
It was just written in the stars, practically. That double commit, you could see that completely gaping midfield that was only filled by the Great Britain players, Devo and Noli. You feel like the second you saw that, it almost just screamed, yep, they're conceding in the fashion in which it happened. There is still 2 minutes on the clock, though. 2 goals already for Norway, but they're going to need 2 more. They're going to pull this one level. It's cut out this time early by Devo, who's been very solid, but he won't win that 50. In Great Britain, they can't afford to lose concentration.
Certainly not at this stage. Norway need to focus in on this Great Britain net. 2 goals for them so far, but still 2 goals down as we approach the final 90 seconds. Norway try to build from the back now. Jonas booms upfield, but straight into the path of Devo. It is an awkward touch, but Archie able to smartly touch it towards Noli, as you said. Archie's such a great third man, but he can do such good work up in the offensive half as well.
It was unconventional touch, but I really, really like it. It was like a nice back pass back onto the backboard to conserve possession there, as you see how much they value it in order to take the sting out the game and the confidence of this Norway team, who really got slapped in the face with how they lost their lead and it turned table.
What a dunk!
That's not going to be in, is it? It is going to be in. I thought it was just wide of the post, but it comes back in off of it. Defender can't keep it out, and Norway are back within 1.
Jonas had that did to him earlier by, I believe it was Tho, might have been Noli actually, so he gets revenge on Great Britain nonetheless. Dunked earlier, gets a dunk of his own, and back within 1. Can Norway weather the storms? Inferno try to cook up something of his own, just flicks towards the backboard, but Noli with a clean enough save. Norway just needs to start building something from the front. Stop Great Britain from getting into your back line, because you're just going to get not too many chances if this ball spends so much time down in the blue half of the field. That was a good touch by Seed, but an even better save by Devo.
Time ticking down. As a huge save from Devo there to keep their 1-goal lead intact. He's now got the flip reset as he controls it with the wave dash. It's awkward on the way to the side. It is picked up by Norway, but no real target for Jonas. He hits it too far for Inferno to pick up on, and suddenly Great Britain, again, you see them taking their time, trying to kill the time off this clock. Archie, he knows he can't shoot it on target, gets the double. It's a little bit awkward out in the front midfield, but Inferno, he's up, but such limited boost, it's cut out again by Noli. He was a little bit quiet for a while, but he's shown up when needed there. Devo, he's the one up right now, and it's 1 out by Seed. They're going to have to keep this ball up, but Devo is first to it again. It is kept up. Seed, he's up. Will he win the race to it? He pops it off the ceiling, but Noli on the backboard here. Can he kill it off? He's dropping it down, and he will. 4-3 is the scoreline here in Game 1 for Great Britain.
And you said to me before we came on air that this might end up maybe 3-0, 3-1 in Great Britain's favour, but every game is going to be so close. None more so than that game. And I do feel that Norway really do have a chance in this one. They are going to be fighting tooth and nail to stay in this series every step of the way. But for me, I think Inferno needs to do a little bit more. He was excellent in the series earlier on against the Czech Republic. A little bit quiet in this opening game.
Yeah, it's just like we say. I think the players here are more closely matched than the audience, and certainly Great Britain would probably like to give credit for, but it's the experience, the concentration, the game management that is why Great Britain were able to hold on to their lead and see that game out. Norway had that lead. It looked very comfortable from them, and then the second they got that equaliser, the lapse in concentration to concede the kickoff goal, that to me was...
It's beautiful, Pat.
That was fantastic. That was the defining moment of this first game, and that double commit as well. You think that impatience instead of the patience that came out from Great Britain, sometimes too much even so, was sort of how it ended up working out. And Norway, they'll feel they could have got more out of that Game 1.
Certainly so, but I think they deserved overtime at the end of that one. They were pushing so well and having some great chances, but Britain were just able to shut them down every step of the way. And that's kind of what we expect from the Britain team. They're going to come out here and just flat out dominate. But especially against this Norway side, they did have a little pep in their step. They did have the chances every now and again. But going into this second game, what, in your mind, what do you think Norway need to do differently, if anything, in this one?
Really need to stay calm. Really need to stay calm. As long as they can control the mental side and the emotions, they'll be way more than in with a fighting chance. This is a great team that has been playing together for months, and this is a huge result that they could get. They don't have to get it, but man, they're hungry for it.
Oh yeah.
A lack of expectation. I can see them doing it, but you think about the double commit that led to that great passing play between Devo and Noli. Honestly, it just sums it up. They were so desperate to put things right that double commit ended up costing them even more.
Well, we'll see if they can turn it around here in game number 2. We'll be getting this one underway in just a moment. I think we're just getting some player technical issues sorted out. I mean, we saw this yesterday. Who was it that had the tech issue yesterday? Then I can't remember. Did they come back and win? Remind me. I'm going to look through my notes.
I think my memory is completely given here. I would just say that the Great Britain players here have obviously taken a moment to mourn the loss on Sunday.
No, it was the Indonesian team, Broccoli against New Zealand. They had that long pause against New Zealand. We thought that might have worked out in New Zealand's favour. It didn't. And that ended up being a sweep. So if this does have an extended pause, who do you reckon it benefits in this situation?
It's hard to say. I mean, can we not just cheat and wait until the results so we can sound smart after correctly?
We'll do it in post.
Well, we already got one wrong when we thought it would benefit New Zealand. But I mean, talk about that. The story of Indonesia knocking out New Zealand and taking the second spot. That was fantastic for them, of course. Commiserations to New Zealand. But right here, I don't know. It sort of sinks in. Maybe it gives time for Norway to calm down, compose themselves. I'm not sure what effect it will have on the guys of Great Britain. Obviously, they're the ones who are suffering the issues, so who knows what they're doing. Having a chat with Greg and just figuring those out doesn't really affect their mindset too much. It's not the sort of game that you fall asleep on. It's not like they won 5-0 and they get complacent. That was a close game, and they know what they're up against.
Yeah, Gregan will definitely be keeping them cool, calm and composed. He's all about the mental aspect, and Gregan, obviously World Championship winning coach for Guild right now as well, which is where most of these players are coming from on this Great Britain team. So he's very familiar with this roster and very, very familiar, obviously, with Devo and Noli. Archie coming in from Top Blokes. I love Archie as a solo player himself. I know everyone gives him a lot of credit when it comes to his offense, but I think his defense is his pièce de résistance.
I do agree that he's been fantastic on defense at times, but he was caught out twice on defense in that first game, so maybe we're seeing a little bit of a change of the times. I'm not sure. You mentioned Gregan being the coach for Team GB, but also Ryu for Norway. This is a great time for him to talk with the players, calm them down, like we say, focus on what they did right, what they did wrong, and what they need to change going into game 2, because this is a best of 5. They're not on match point yet. There's still changes they can make, and if they make them, surprise Team GB, who knows what we could see.
Yeah, I think I mentioned Inferno needing to step up a little bit and be in the faces of the GB players, but Fireman Jonas as well. He's been carrying this team a little bit on his back, creating those chances, the difficult chances as well, and he got that dunk obviously on Noli towards the end of that game. So if Fireman Jonas can be the one to bring this team up a little bit and carry everyone forward, Norway, I think they just need to break out of their own half. I know we say that a lot. Yes, break out of your own half, create the chances and whatnot. But it's true. It's damn true. And honestly, Norway, they just need to have 1 or 2 more shots on target, and they could potentially take this game off of GB.
Well, another thing that we talk about a lot is the physical play that we've mentioned at times, the demolitions coming out from all regions. Sometimes teams just adopt a complete war-torn path strategy, and sometimes, a lot of the time, it does work out. It didn't for the Netherlands earlier against France, but one of the goals we saw in that game 1, a huge bump coming from inside of the net as well, from Inferno. Completely caught the defense by surprise. He just got clattered out of his own net. Opened up the chance for Norway. Whether that can continue to work and whether they clock onto it is a difficult thing to say, because there's only so many times you can get a trick to work before your opponents are going to catch on.
We've seen a lot of bumps and a lot of demos today. We saw what was the demo line? It was like 20 to 10 against France earlier on from I'm going to forget that, from the Netherlands.
There's like 20 to 8. It was crazy.
Whoa, it was absolutely nutty. So I'm excited to see Netherlands a little bit later on. We'll of course see France and Germany playing. The Netherlands will be against Saudi Arabia as well. At least I think that's the timeline.
Yeah, the difficult thing for me is Saudi Arabia's situation, right? We may be talking about Group B now, but their situation now, having got swept by Germany, their game difference so poor, they're going to have to beat potentially both of France and, of course, the Netherlands side that they are yet to play, but we are going to get to play game 2. Or maybe not you and me, Craftman, but to be fair, we are into this one, and this one is, of course, between Norway and Great Britain. Their situation's also quite similar, but not like Saudi Arabia. They're both 1-0 coming into this game, and whoever wins it will be top of the group. Of course, you would have predicted Great Britain, but Norway, little to lose right now. They don't want to settle for just pushing for second in the group. Why not try and get their easiest game tomorrow and take the top spot?
Certainly so, because we're all expecting France to be the ones to move through the Group B and take the top spot, although the way Germany was playing earlier on against Saudi Arabia, I wouldn't put it past Germany to take out France, and I believe that game is actually going to be tomorrow. So
what a game.
It'll be our second game of the day tomorrow, so make sure you come back right here on twitch.tv/ESL. Hit that follow button, the notification bell, you'll know when we go live. Obviously, we've got the rest of EMEA coming up today, and obviously later on with the start of the Americas as well. Yes. 2 hot regions right now.
I'm just so happy we get them couple group stages at the start of tomorrow. At least the tension's so high going into those 2 games for each group that will decide the final standings. As we're here right now today, looking to set them up for part of the course. Will Great Britain be the kings of the group, or will the kings from the north, Norway, upset their banquet? We're yet to see. So there is a good breakout there from Great Britain. They've had some nice fluid defense so far. An early challenge you see from Archie there, no respect given. We saw a couple crazy dunks in the last game, and who knows if we'll see more in this one.
They don't even need to play fast to Great Britain. They're just completely rotating all the way around, and their positioning is so key. And I know Gregan bangs on about positioning more than you would expect, maybe like you got down in Spain, obviously your Bim Bam players and just be really, really fast. But Gregan, he has a style of coaching. It's like, let's just play the positioning game. And you can see that from here. Archie just hovering on this left-hand side, expecting Noli to win out this challenge. And now Devo able to bring this ball in. Their positioning is so key, and Norway are struggling to break the barrier.
It just comes down to improvement, really. If you can't say why and how you're doing something, for what reason, it's hard to ever figure out why it potentially has gone wrong and why you might need to change it. I think that was a completely uncontested open net for Devo, by the way, and I do think he sent it face first into the crossbar. Unless my eyes deceive me, I'll quickly clean my... No, he did just miss that.
It's a souvenir right there. Don't get too many of those. A real collector's item. But now Seep can't be getting that ball clear thanks to Devo, and Archie now just putting the pressure on as well. A lot of aggression now from Great Britain. Open net now. Noli will have 2 men actually block him at the end. Can't get the shot off cleanly.
Still 0-0. Yeah. Still 0-0. It's crazy to think about the fact that we've gone 3 minutes here so quiet. It probably should be 1-0 for Great Britain. You'd say Devo had the pick of the bunch of chances, and it was so bizarre. It just sort of flew on by like a gentle breeze. Like, yep, he did just miss that. It's going to be okay, guys. Totally going to be okay. Copium for Great Britain right now, as hopefully they can rebound from that. But Norway, maybe that will fuel them as they're starting to try and build into the British half.
Here comes Jonas now, trying to build an offense of his own. We said these games are all going to be really, really close. This might even come down to a single goal from either side. Inferno wants it to be him. Might actually get it down to Jonas. Devo able to get his 3rd save of this game. It's been good offense recently here from Norway in the last 30 seconds. Now Jonas runs out of boost, and Noli plays it down to Archie. Seeb's the only one back here, but nobody from Great Britain can get to that in time. Will allow Norway to recover in the nick of time. And now Seeb one-on-one with Noli, but here comes Archie from behind to put a little bit of pressure on. He has to take that shot early, but Jonas onto net as well. Archie able to get the save. Seeb mate now one-on-one with Archie again, and Noli gets the save again. Great defense all round.
Great defense from Great Britain. They don't want to have to keep it up for too long though. That was 3 much needed saves that Norway are forcing out, and you don't want to concede this late into a game. We're easily in silver gold territory right now. Great Britain are trying to respond, but Norway, they look to transition quickly here. It's cut out well in the midfield by Archie though, and it's going to fall down in this corner, contested by Devo. He follows it up with a puck, but it's a little bit too far out. It works for Archie though. He sends it goal bound towards that far post, but Inferno, he's the one to deflect that one away.
30 seconds now. The tie cannot be broken. Now Devo on this left-hand side has Noli in the assistance in the middle. Does lay it off to him, but Jonas, a brilliant save by him. It's been a really defensively minded game for both of these teams. Don't want to concede, especially in these last 10 seconds. Jonas will maybe fling it upfield, but Noli again, this midfield has been locked down by Great Britain. And I thought Fireman Jonas was going to have a shot through there, but Noli takes him out of the equation and goes for net, in fact, and he gets the save off of the respawn. That might have just saved their bacon, but right upfield it will go. Seep keeps it high, but Devo will just touch it down from the corner. Actually, no, Jonas is able to get there before it does hit the ground, and now we will go to overtime.
It's crazy. You talk about saving the bacon. I'll have that save for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Thank you there. The action required off the respawn, keeping Norway in this game, and you could say in the series. It'd be huge if they can tie this one up here. Get used to seeing these three names. Of course, AW3, you're going to be seeing a lot more of this team, and maybe a miscommunication on the defensive side. Great Britain will be okay, but they are being pushed to the limit here.
They're lucky no one was coming in from Norway to capitalize on the mistake from the Great Britain defense. And to be honest, if you're in a Norway situation, why would you expect them to miscommunicate? They've been so solid back there, and Archie's been solid everywhere he goes in this field and gets the winner in OT.
Devo dodging the bump attempt there as well, gets it past Sieb, and Sieb can't get back out to stop that from the man himself. Archie, right place at the right time, got the exact pass he was hoping for, and from close range, point blank, puts it in top shelf. And like we say, close games, that overtime, tense as ever, but Great Britain, they will be 2-0 up regardless.
8 shots total from Norway. But Archie and Noli by themselves had 8 shots combined.
Wow.
It's absolutely insane numbers. And Devo had 3, so quick math, that's 11.
Congratulations.
Yeah, to me or to them?
To you.
To me.
Quick math.
I didn't even need a calculator. Didn't even need to use my fingers.
I'll pretend that you didn't need the calculator. I've got your back. No one needs to know.
But for me, Great Britain, I feel like, I know they got the majority of the shots there, but at times you felt Norway were the better team in aggression. It's just they got shut down on the goal line where it mattered.
Yeah, I mean, that's the main thing, is at the other end, Great Britain were able to generate and force the chance that ended up mattering. That clean cutness of the chance. A lot of pressure and great touches from Norway, but nothing was like, oh, damn, they really should have scored here. It's constantly, oh, they might. If they can get an extra touch, maybe, but that touch never came. And that's great experience and management from Great Britain, who, you know, as close as these games are, I do think they are in control, but I want to give massive props to this Norway side. They could get a game back here, they could get 2 games back, and no one could say, judging so far, that they don't deserve it.
Let's see if they can reconcile this one.
I'm not sure what happened.
I'm not sure what happened. I don't think everyone went for the kickoff. I'm not sure how prepared everyone was.
I think maybe just miscommunicated off the kickoff. I saw a late join from one of the Norway players.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking it was a late join. But
I mean, it looks like confusion on their part. Unfortunately, they couldn't decide who was going to go for that kickoff. It's one of the most awkward ways to have a Game 3 start, certainly. If they manage to come back from it now, that's ridiculous. I'm sure we'll hear from the players what went down. I'm not sure they know themselves, but that is going to work out. Clearly, Fireman Jonas didn't mean to score and put that one in. Inferno's going to get... I'm very happy that they've equalised following that confusion, but I'm more confused at the fact that he's got away with not turning that one in. Noli is probably like, what, are you serious? You didn't put that one in, and it's going to get faked out, and somehow we've had a very bizarre 11 seconds.
Very bizarre, but hey, we're back to evens and opening up. Well, let's say this is the start of the game. We're opening up at evens. It's 0-0. Ignore the fact that it's 1-1. In Norway now, with all to do here in game number 3 if they want to avoid the sweep, and Noli will try and keep the pressure on, as does Devo, but smacks it into Sieb on the crossbar. Noli again down to Archie, finds the woodwork yet again, and no follow-up from Great Britain as of yet, although this ball stays deep in Norway territory.
Crazy, how haven't Norway conceded there? Some great saves and some great shots straight into the crossbar from Great Britain. In fact, it's going to be spilt out by Norway there, but no one making contact. The players both faking each other out as Fireman Jonas gets the pop-up. It opens the play for Sieb. He's looking for a double touch off the wall, but he didn't get the first touch he was looking for. He got a touch on Devo, but Devo ends up with the ball anyway. Inferno has to deal with him, play it patiently towards the side and try and pop it off the wall. He does, but Archie's read it. And of course, Great Britain, they get the ball back and again hit the woodwork.
Wasn't sure if that was in. It was really 50-50 coming off the post like that. Nevertheless, we remain tied. Archie now looking to take the lead for Britain. Devo will fire off instead. And I think Devo, the top goal scorer so far for Great Britain, gets another.
That's beautiful. Double touch from Archie there. Pops it down. All the energy's already in the ball, and the placement is beautiful from Devo. Clean connection, and despite it being front post, goalkeeper couldn't keep it out. Norway are going to have to play from behind again. They've done it before, but they have to do it here now if they don't want to go down 3-0. And 3-0 is not the scoreline you want, considering that what would become their rivals for second place, the Czech Republic, could maybe upset them with that game difference. But of course, they'd have to beat Great Britain. And really, that's a great insurance. We talked about the first series of the day and the fact that Norway won against the Czech Republic being the huge result that should see them okay despite this result. But even because of that, they still want this series right here and now.
By the way, I was incorrect. Devo was actually the third goal scorer for Great Britain. Well, tied with Norway at 5 coming into this game, so technically second. Archie's actually got 8 goals on the day.
Oh, damn. Performing, stepping it up. Oh well, Noli is going to try and fix that with a musty slick, like you say. It's a great attempt, but Inferno has got just as great of a save. It's popped out, maybe not ideally by Fireman Jonas though. The response needs to be there, and Seed will be there. And what we'll see is a lot of patience from Great Britain now. We talked about the game management in the short break we had after game 1. Look and tell me when they're ever going to overcommit. You won't see the double commit. If you do, I hope they get punished for it. But they'll be patient, sending one player in. Very difficult. I mean, that's such a hard shot to place with the goalkeeper ready to go off the inside of the goal. I agree, it should have been on target. And I can tell you another shot that was on target, Craftman.
Certainly that one was on target and couldn't have been more on target if he tried. And again, that 1-2 passing play, finding Archie in the middle of the field. That's, I believe, his... well, he's had 2 goals in this game, so that's actually his 10th goal on the day. Top goal scorer throughout the this region. As of right now, but he said that one tricky shot as you did have the defender in net for Seeb, but you've just got to put it on target and hope and pray, and then draw that defender out, and then maybe your second man can come in for another.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, it's no problem putting the ball off target if you are playing it to draw the defender out and try and follow up on it, as it will be followed up on from Inferno. He's going to get that shot, and it's a very quick response, a much needed quick response from Norway.
And again, just drawing those defenders up to the top left corner. We saw Seeb kind of do that a little bit earlier, and Inferno put that one in, and he does it yet again. Talk about no committing from Great Britain, but they do seem to get a little bit muddled on their own goal line when shots come in thick and fast, and that has got to be Norway's game plan right now. Just shot after shot after shot. Just put it onto the Great Britain net and give them something to think about. And this one's going to hover there. Seeb dives in and ties it up.
He flings himself like an ultimate frisbee there as the ball was begging on the goal line. The save from Devo just sitting, begging to be put in there as you see him flipping Seeb. And they will get the equaliser. 3-1 down, match and series point down. Norway have brought 2 back to equalise.
They've given themselves a chance, and that is all that matters for them right now. Maybe get 1 game on the board and then see where you go from there, but you've got to get at least 1 more goal on the board here in this 3rd game. Archie will be looking for a goal of his own to keep Norway down and out of it. Not if the rest of the Nordic players have anything to say about it. Noli gets beaten out by Fireman Jones, but does find Archie as well. Britain back in the lead.
That is a fantastic play here in the corner. Jonas, he doesn't get the touch he was looking for, and it's awkward, quick reactions, instinctful actions from Noli, and that was a beautiful shot from Archie at close range, and it's looking like, again, under the pressure, even if it's just by 1 goal, Great Britain are able to pull it out, and you wonder whether Norway really have too much time to work with. They will get it. The patient shot from Fireman Jonas holds the door, doesn't snatch it, and he's going to get another equaliser.
4-4, just back and forth we go between these 2 teams. And again, the quick shot from Norway just catches Britain off guard. And with just over a minute left in this game number 3, Norway now starting to look like they might be on a little bit of a roll. And Noli gets it past Inferno on the midfield line. Seeb just booms this one towards the backboard. Devo having to deal with that one, and a bit of a malfunction at the junction on that corner. And now Fireman Jonas looking to just take possession away from Great Britain. Seeb now needs a man in the middle to be able to follow this one up. It has Inferno heading backwards. Maybe just content taking overtime here or Norway, but you might have to score again if Archie was able to turn that one in.
But Great Britain looks so dangerous. We've seen such great play out of Norway. We've seen them go ahead. We've seen them come from behind. But Craftman, we've never seen them score a winner. They've not been able to take the game under the pressure. I can tell you, certainly has Seeb. He's going to scramble it across the goal line, though. Norway are still alive. Less than 20 seconds on the clock here in game 3. Jonas, he's going to have to try and force a 50 here. It's also deflected quite awkwardly. In fact, it could be dangerous. Archie is up fast, but Devo, he's there to clear it away. Will we have late drama near the end of it? Regulation here as Great Britain try and send it forward, but the time is ticking out. They double commit, but the chance is there for Noli. It's saved off the crossbar. Norway still keeping the ball out. Can they force us to overtime? Seed, he's going to keep it up. He's going to flick it through the midfield, but Noli, he is up. Can he get a second? Jonas is up. Surely the ball Just
surely.
put it down. Okay.
Touch it down.
We do have overtime.
Everyone breathe a little. Just take a deep breath, inhale and exhale. Whew. That's what Norway need to do to remain calm and keep calm and carry on. But Great Britain, they take the winner 6 seconds into overtime. They stay cool, calm and collected and get the sweep.
Great Britain, the cool cucumbers there, 3-0 despite all of the great performance from Norway. It's harsh that they don't get a game, but when it came down to the business end and the pressure, Great Britain were there. It's their